In this unit, we will read about variety of types regarding Lev Tolstoy's style of writing. So let's start. Variety of types, he says, but it was Tolstoy above all who brought home to us the awful majesty of the land of all the Russias. And now the writer started with the importance of the writings of the Tolstoy, that how it occupies the thinking and mainly the thoughts of the people, and how did they consider his writings as of absolute value and of importance. So the writer says about Tolstoy that it was him uh, who brought us the awful majesty of the Russia. In what sense? That it snows and forests, forest, steppes and tigers, the steaming samovars and the tinkle of troika bells, the glittering drawing rooms of the aristocracy and the hovel of their serfs, and introduce us to the variety of its social types. Uh, Before I go further, I would like to explain all these things, that how the writer summing up the whole Russia by the values of the places, not has given the names particularly, when he says about the snows and the steppe forest. So how did the writer is using uh, the opposite sense of everything, like at one place he is saying about the snows, and the other place he is saying about the forest, and then the steppes and tigers again, both are the opposite words, like having a stagnant water, not exactly the stagnant water, but on the hills or on the mountains where the water kept naturally. And then he says about the steaming samovar and the tinkle of trika. So, if he says the steaming samovar, it means that where the people are living a good life or having a life full of vitality. And if he refers to steaming of samovars, thus it means that something is don't take it in a ridiculous sense, like it's regarding the kitchen, but it is like how the people were living a lively life. And then he is talking about the trika, tinkle of trika stood for any carriage of three horses. So at that time people gained their worth regarding the number of horses in their carriages. So the trika, if he says कि tinkle of trika, in a sense how the sound of the carriages, and the glittering drawing rooms of aristocracy and the hovels of their serfs. Again, he is using the opposite sentences. At the one hand, he is telling us about the riches, and on the other hand, he referring to the poor ones. Hovels of their serfs means the huts or the little houses of their peasants or of their working people, and introduce us to the variety of its social types. It is the meaning laying here is like Russia is the mixture of people having a mixed society where live the richest and also the poorest. And again he is referring to the social types. In a sense, he says the spendthrift lords and ladies, on the one hand there are the many richest one people who didn't even care about their wealth, and they flow their money not on the worth things, but even spending a lot upon the things which are of no value or having any other outcome or result, or you may say on donations and charity, not in that sense. So they are spendthrift lords and ladies. And other social type he is describing is the toil worn mujik bhi you can say. So toil worn, in a sense, at one hand we see the people with uh, full of life and having no worst happenings in their lives, but on the other hand we see the toil worn musics, the people who are laboring or having a tiresome life. So again, there are two opposite sides of social living regarding Russia life. And again, he says the lovelorn maidens and their dashing lovers. In such a society where we see two categories in extreme way, the richest and the poorest, and simultaneously there we found the lovers too. Within a few years, his books were read, translated, discussed, talked over, imbibed, and accepted as the Bible of the new school of realistic writings. Now, the writer praising Tolstoy writing in a way that when people started reading it, they had such impact upon them that they wanted, those who knows the Russian language, they again wanted to expand the writings in the of the of Tolstoy in the era of literature by translating them. And then it is the work of Tolstoy that was discussed among the groups and talked over, in a sense that he was the talk of the town. So it is, you may say, it is a big part of anyone's personality, whether one is living or died, but they are discussed and they are the part of the discussion of the people, imbibed and accepted as the Bible of the new school of realistic writings. Imbibed in the sense that people not only read his books, but in such a way they absorb the learning asset of his writings within themselves. As one drunk, so imbibe is the very good word um, for the writings of the person, or in a sense that if you appreciate one, how beautiful one wrote, that people tried to absorb it, and then when they treated it as the Bible, it is meant that it is full of learning, full of lessons, full of life experiences. That's it.